Hello, Professor. My name is Gu and the research topic of our group is research on the impact of Apple's green bonds on improving corporate efficiency, and they are members of our group. This is the table of contents of the study, and I will describe the first part, introduction. Since 2006, the global green bond market has expanded rapidly, with cumulative issuance totaling more than $5 trillion since 2016. Apple has issued 3 rounds of green bonds, raising more than $4.5 billion for green projects. And in green bonds should promote corporate efficiency and by reducing financing costs, optimizing investment structure, and enhance brand image. But in reality, there are four major problems. The strategy match is ambiguous and the marginal benefit is difficult to measure, and the influence of the external environment. Research objectives: analyze the degree of alignment of Apple's green bonds with strategy objectives, establish an empirical model of the impact of green bonds on financial performance, explore its direct role in supply chain management and brand building, assess the impact of green bonds on Apple's ESG performance. And these four questions of this study have gradually evolved on the basis of the research objective through in-depth analysis of relevant literature and the research background, significance, and the scope of the study. Theoretical level, this study constructs an analytical framework of green financing strategy, synergy, efficiency improvement. Methodological level, integrate case study and regression analysis to ensure that the results are explanatory and generalizable. Practical level, the research result can provide reference for enterprise to formulate green financing strategy, improve operational performance, and formulate ESG strategy. Next, this study focused on Apple's green bonds issuance and use since 2016 and explore its impact on corporate financial and non-financial efficiency. Definitions of key terms. Green bonds, debit instruments specifically designed to finance projects and meet environmental standards. Enterprise efficiency, the ability of a company to achieve financial and non-financial goals with limited resources. ESG, environmental, social, and governance. Three-dimensional non-financial performance. The sustainable strategy, a cohesive management strategy that takes into account economic, environmental, and social responsibilities. Research structure. Our research structure is divided into 3 parts. 1. Introduce the research background, problems, and objective. 2. Reviewing relevant literature and constructing a theoretical framework. 3. Introduce the research design, variables, and data analysis method. That's all. Thank you for your listening.
Dear Professor, my name is Wang Yazhi. My student number is 241000699. Today, I will present Chapter 2, which covers the theoretical foundations of our research, including the resource-based view, circular economy, and stakeholder theory. The resource-based view, developed by Barney, argues that firms gain sustainable competitive advantages through valuable, rare, and hard-to-imitate resources. The VRIN framework helps assess whether a resource can provide long-term strategic benefits. Unlike the traditional linear economy, the circular economy minimizes waste by keeping resources in use through recycling, remanufacturing, and reuse. It emphasizes sustainability across the entire product life cycle. Stakeholder theory suggests that businesses should serve not just shareholders but all stakeholders, employees, communities, and governments. It combines ethical responsibilities with strategic management for long-term success. The magic happens when these theories converge. First, resource-based view joins hands with stakeholder theory. VRIN's internal focus blends with stakeholder external networks, shattering resource limits. Second, circular economy dances with environmental innovation. Porter's idea that green regulation sparks efficiency, called innovation compensation, fits seamlessly with circular resource loops. Together, they build a power triad: internal resource control, external resource circulation, and stakeholder collaboration fueling sustainable decisions. Finally, let's zoom into circular economy's action plan, the 3R principle: reduce laser charge using fewer raw materials, upfront through smarter design or efficient process. Think lightweight packaging, then come reuse, keeping products alive longer via repairs, refills, or sharing systems. Last is recycle, giving waste new life as production inputs. Remember their hierarchical: reducing beats reusing, and reusing beats recycling. It's always better to prevent waste than to clean it up. Thank you.
Hello, Professor. My name is Huang Zimeng. Research background and the theoretical gaps. There are three major gaps in the current research on Apple green bonds: lack of resource perspective, environmental benefits, but it ignores how to improve efficiency through VRIN resource integration. Disjointed circular economy. There is a lot of discussion at the macro level, but there is a lot of empirical analysis at the micro level on how the 3R principle optimize the resource flow of enterprises. Lack of the stakeholder collaboration. Although multi-part participation is motioned, it does not reveal how green bonds balance short-term benefits with long-term ecological value. Theoretical innovation and practical value breaks out in the resource-based view. Apple Green Bond is a strategical financial resources that is created to align with a VRIN framework and strengthen organizational transparency through mandatory environmental disclosure. The implementation of the 3Rs of circular economy: reduce bond funds to support the research and development of titanium alloy to reduce the weight of the iPhone body by 20%. Reuse funded marginal design to increase MacBook repair rate by 35%. Recycle the global layout of robot dismantling lines. The value recycling of rare earths exceeds 20,000 tons. Stakeholder dynamical balance. Reduce information asymmetry through three-party certification, but be wary of the risk of green racing. Some projects may exaggerate sustainability to cater to investors' research model and pricing. The core of the model take up corporate efficiency as the development variable, the mode of green bonds investment as the independent variable, and introduce three control variables: VRIN resource integration capability, 3R implementation instanced, stakeholder synergy in stack. Three assumptions. 1. Green bonds significantly improve environmental performance through the accumulation of scarce resource. 2. For every 10% increase in 3R exclusion, the efficiency of capital use will increase by 7%. 3. Project with high cumulative participation can achieve a social return of up to 1.8 times the financial return.
Hello, Professor. My name is Zheng Yushan. Today, I will introduce our study. 1. Background and goals. The background is about climate change and green finance. Green bonds help companies take social duty and stay strong in the market. Apple is a leader in this. Since 2016, Apple has issued green bonds to support its green plan. Or goals. See if green bonds help the environment. Check if 3R helps us to use money better. Check if more stakeholder work bring more social value. 2. Method and date. We use case study and panel date model. We look at Apple from 2016 to 2023. Our data comes from Apple Sports, 10K reports, Green Bond reports, Refinitiv, MSCI, OECD, and World Bank. 3. Key sample date. We choose 4 key years from 2017 to 2023. The data shows that green bond investment and Apple's ROA, ROE, and ESG scores went up together. Green bond input was between $600 million and $1 billion. ROA went as high as 17%, ROE over 42%. ESG scores rose from 72 to 85. This gives us a good base for our study. 4. Green bond user strategy. Apple issued 4.5 billion green bonds for 71 projects. The money goes to clean energy, low carbon materials, green buildings, and recycling. For example, 2016, 1.5 billion for energy and buildings. 2019, 2 billion for supply chain and recycling. 2022, 1 billion for zero carbon materials and solar power. Results: plus 1.2 GW clean energy, minus 920,000 tons CO2, zero carbon aluminum in iPhone SE, 320 plus surplus in clean energy plan. Green bonds help Apple's green plan to brand value. This is my report. Thank you, Professor.
Thanks to my companion, next I will introduce the model design and the assumptions section. Our panel date regression model from includes current and later period green bond input variables to test the direct and causal effects of green investment to corporate performance. The formula is as follows. The research hypotheses include H1. Green bond investment can enhance environmental performance based on RBV 0. H2. The degree of implementation of 3R is positively correlated with the efficiency of fund use. H3. The higher stakeholder engagement, the higher social return of green projects. We also see the support in the table dates such as 650 million in 2017 for a ROAR of 14.3%, 830 million in 2021 for a ROAR that rose to 17.1%, and an ESG score that increased from 72 to 83. Model variables are defined as follows. Efficiency represents ROAR, or ESG score. In green bond is the logarithm of green bond investment. Country will include heterogeneous resource accumulation. In the weighting project, 3R implementation and the stakeholder engagement. In terms of data processing, we normalized the z-score, excluded outliers using the quite-method, interpolated missing data with the mean, and introduced large variables to control short-term fluctuation. The robustness tests included
heteroscedasticity, sequence correlation, and united root tests to ensure that the model results were scientifically reliable. The research shows that Apple's green bonds investment is positively correlated with lower ROE and ESG scores, especially significantly improving ESG scores. This shows that green bonds are not just a financing tool but an important tool for strategy and governance. The findings give two main ideas. First, green bonds should be part of companies' long-term sustainable plan so that strategy, financing, and the results are managed together as full system. Second, the study gives clear data to support green financing policies and accompanying green practicity, helping both the environment and the business performance improve at the same time.